technology, from where it was to where it is, it has evolved so much. Language has added words to the language which did not exist originally, addressing the needs and the necessities of the modern man. Language has evolved from where it was to where it is today. Lifestyle has evolved from where it was to where it is today. The toys that we enjoy in our life, the cars, the television, the luxuries, the gadgets, the gizmos, has evolved from where it was to where it is today. Each one of us an individual, from where we were born to where we are, we have evolved. And somewhere in the collective evolution of everything that has happened, one thing alone was not allowed to evolve: religion. The way it was unfolded, it remained in the same infancy. As a result, religion did not evolve to address the changing needs of man, the changing needs of the lifestyle of man, the changing needs of the mindset of man. And because this evolution did not happen, one, we either forsake religion, and those of us who did not forsake religion somehow could not completely align ourselves to the religion. And a few of us just follow it because it is there, without understanding the science and the depth of the whole thing. I really believe science to me is like Sachin Tendulkar, an extraordinary resource, but I don't think leadership of the world can be handed over to science. Science by itself, in trying to lead the world, has caused the amount of devastation that has happened to the world. So I don't think science is capable of being a leader, but an extraordinary resource. Technology. I don't think technology can be leadership, because technology is a means. It can enhance what is there, but it cannot lead the world. In its attempt to lead the world, an enormous amount of disintegration and destruction has happened to the world. Economy cannot lead the world. Somehow the mind of a man that thinks when it has 10 rupees does not think the same way when it has 10 crores, and does not think the same way when it has 1,000 crores. Not necessarily it always contributes to his evolution, sometimes even to his devolution. It creates the fall. I really believe all these resources of science, technology, economy, human resources, doing, creativity, natural resources, all this can create an extraordinary world, provided spirituality takes the leadership role. There has to be spiritual leadership that understands how to utilize all these resources, guide those resources. We need a Clive Lloyd who can get the best out of Roy Fredericks, Gordon Greenwich, Vivian Richards, Alvin Kalicher, and Andy Roberts, Malcolm Marshall. We need a Clive Lloyd. We need a Mahendra Singh Dhoni who is able to get the best out of some of those resources. And I really think that leadership role has to come from spirituality. And if that leadership role has to come from spirituality, that leadership role has to come from India. It cannot come from anywhere else. It has to come from India. If we need a new world, all the resources has to be led by spirituality. If leadership has to be spirituality, leadership has to come from India. And if leadership has to come from India, it has to come from us. We got to lead. It has to come from us. It has to come from us. And somehow, it's my desire that the new path unfolds in a state of silence. Because we have heard it time and again from the voice. A mere wish released from the seat of silence becomes a command to the universe. So I request all of you to close your eyes, withdraw yourself into silence, have this faith that we always had in the voice. A mere wish released from the seed of silence becomes a command to the universe. So somewhere when we hold ourselves in deep silence and release this innate desire, intense wish that we deserve a better world. We need an evolved path. We need a new consciousness. This world deserves a new beginning. And it's about to happen. And let it happen when you're there in the seat of your silence. You have to be centered in non-doing for energy to be transferred unto you. Only in a state of non-doing, vibrations can be transferred unto you. In doing, either there is conservation of energy or expenditure of energy. Gaining energy happens only in a state of non-doing. So one of the reasons, the first spiritual practice initiated in the path of infinitheism is that infiniminute. And a few hundred of us are already practicing it exactly at 11:11 every day in the morning. We practice a 1-minute silence to experience a connect to that infinite in that 1 minute. And thereby create a cosmic connection wherever we are across the globe. At 11:11, let the world stop for a minute. Let everything pause. Let board meetings wait. Let the car be parked into that corner. Put the gas in the sim. Let everything halt for a minute. Let's create a time when football match will stop for a minute, cricket will stop for a minute, and let's get this world to connect, to create this cosmic connectivity of everything coming together on 1 minute silence. We meet those in the air who pray at the same time. And somehow when all of us come together in that 1 minute silence, experiencing that cosmic connectivity, the collective vibrations that build becomes available to every individual who participates in the entire process. It's like tug of war. The collective strength of everybody becomes the individual strength of each person. All of us pull together, and whatever is the collective strength becomes the strength of every individual involved in it. So somewhere through infiniminute, if all of us can create a cosmic connection and come together in that 1 minute, the collective vibration that will create, and Ra will also be in silence at 11:11. So not only we are contributing our vibrations into that moment, it's also a moment when the source is also in a state of silence, contributing to that entire vibration, and the entire vibration becomes available to every individual. And thereby we improve in our energy reserve, and the manifestation both in the materialistic domain as well as in the spiritual domain is there for us to experience. Gently close your eyes. Prepare yourself for the infiniminute.
Feeling thy presence, feeling thy grace, feeling thy radiance. You are my source of faith and strength. You are my path and destination, and I'm always connected to you. Nothing of me and everything of you. Lead me higher, lead me deeper, lead me beyond, lead me to you.
Very, very gently. Please open your eyes. Christ believed. There was contamination in the name of religion. Enormous contamination in the name of religion. What was lacking was pure-hearted people. Whether it was thought out or not, but psychologically over a period of time, the deprivation that should go became the color of Christianity. That is how the white came in. Islam unfolded during very difficult times of starvation in the deserts. And the deprivation there was greenery. And something that should address the deprivation, whether they thought about it or not, but that's how it evolved. The deprivation of when a messenger of a place happened eventually became the color, as if his coming should remove the deprivation. I really think economic backwardness is the greatest sin of India right now, and as a result the sin of the world. In the name of religion, which cued an enormous amount of contentment, we have made a nation learn to be happily poor. Now, unless they get dissatisfied with their poverty, they are not going to come out of that poverty. So if it is at a time that infinitheism happened, the greatest deprivation has been abundance, then let it evolve into a color which will remove the deprivation that exists now. That's for the first time something of spiritual significance happen, which does not just create a shift in the quality of life of people, but also in terms of the standards of life. Let's create that surplus in every form in this world, and that is how blue evolved, and that is why blue is the color of infinitheism. What can be holistic abundance? Oceanness. Immeasurable. Abundance will be immeasurable. Ocean. The skies. And that is how blue came into the picture. Blue represents abundance. Immeasurable. I really think if we have to wake up this world to a new possibility, and then it is very, very important that we wake up this world to a new possibility through new language, through new words, by cueing in new vocabulary. Let's teach them to tongue things that they have never tongued before. From a spiritual platform, abundance has never been tongued. Let's teach the world to tongue abundance. Blue has never been the color of any revolution. Let blue be the color of this revolution. More and more they already used to, and that is how most and more. Wishing you most and more. Can we bring in this alignment by wishing people, wishing you most and more? Whatever he is seeking. Health most and more. Wealth most and more. Bliss most and more. Divine most and more. Can we cue in into this world? Wishing you most and more. Can that be the expression? Yes, most and more represents abundance. Much more than more and more, which the world is familiar with. And that is how we evolved. Wishing you all most and more.